Well, hello,
Hello,
everybody
hello from Indiana, up here in
from
the
Colorado.
Amish County, up here on the northern side of town. Yeah, I'm back out of town again. If y'all didn't notice, I am not sitting on the porch because it's nice and cool outside, so I brought it inside. But up here again with mom and checking things out. Everything's okay, fine. It just we're just like I said, coming up and doing the sunly duties.
The
So,
sunly
well,
duties
the sunly duties. So, welcome to Denim and Pearls. Our topic today is relax, but Denim and Pearls, we are business casual
with pearls of wisdom
from, well, somewhere today.
from a room.
From a room, but we consider it the porch.
It's always the porch because we have open conversations, right?
Right, right. Well, that's the point of the porch. We kind of went over that, I guess, last week too. Is the porch is about just having open conversations and not being stuffy and not wearing a suit and tie. Besides that, I don't like suit and ties. And yeah, business is good, but we want to have a lighthearted conversation about what's going on in business and what's going on in the world around us and all the experiences that we have pretty much every week now that I'm traveling everywhere, it seems like.
So, I know. Stay home, man. Come back. You need to relax.
I would if I could, but yeah, those sunly duties are taking me away.
And that's good. And it's good to be able to do that kind of thing for your mother because that's cool.
Well, not everybody can. And, that's one of the reasons why, we can talk, our topic this week is relax. And it's kind of get your mind off of things and get invigorated, if you will. But this, this conversation here is, as an entrepreneur, I have the right to do this. I don't have
the ability.
I have the ability. I have the right to do it too, damn it. But I have the ability to just kind of take off and do what I want to do. And thanks to technology, I can be here with everybody and we can still have this conversation with Michelle and I. It's fun. It's fantastic. It really is. If I had a job at the mall or something or in a factory or whatever, I wouldn't be able to just get up and go. So being an entrepreneur is kind of the way to go, I'm thinking.
It's pretty sweet. Now, I wanted to pull in a little bit about Denim and Pearls. For those of you who are just now tuning in, please like, share, spread the message that we're on live right now, because Denim and Pearls comes on every Friday at noon, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel or to our Facebook channel. So if you're watching us live, great, share it now. If you are watching a replay, great, share it now.
Yeah. And if you're listening to a podcast, well, share it then.
Great. Share it now.
Either one will work with you. So, Michelle, you're the one who came up with this. Mm-hmm. Relax. What do you mean?
I thought of the topic relax because right now, normally in the non-COVID world, people would be going to the stores and going nuts on Black Friday and stressing out about all the parties they have to go to and all the people they have to see and the family they have to prepare for and the food and the cooking and the cleaning and we don't have that this year. And what I realized is a lot of people were stressed about the old way, but now that it's gone, are stressed about the new way. And so it's
I think we're going to see a lot more houses with decorations on them this year.
Yeah. Well, my thing is
because people are at home to do it.
I'm just saying is that during the holidays, people really say, I wish I had more time to relax. I'm so stressed out. And now this year, we have the time. We aren't being able to gather. So you do have the time to relax. And that's what came to my mind with this topic is relaxing is to become less tense and anxious. That's the definition of it. And I thought, we all have this mental rule in our heads that during the holidays, we must do this, we must do that, we must. Well, relax also means to take away or to make less strict. So my word on relax today, relax is like to make a rule less strict while not getting rid of the rule. You relax the rule. So there's two reasons.
Relax the rules a little bit. You can get away with more.
Yes. So that's what I was thinking. Relax as in finding less tension and being less anxious, and relax as in the rules can be broken without breaking the rules. You can relax those rules. You can still celebrate without stressing out that you don't have 20 people in your house. Remember last year, you were stressed out about the 20 people in your house. Relax the rules.
I like 20 people in my house. It's more fun.
I know, I love it. I miss it. But like with you, we can Zoom you in, we can FaceTime you in, we can Skype you in, whatever it is. You could still be sitting in front of the table with everybody else, even isolated.
Okay. So, yeah, okay. I'm with you.
but see, that is the whole thing about relaxing right now is I had the song Relax, Don't Do It, but I thought in my mind was relax was take some time off for you. Take time for gathering why you feel the way you do. I mean, right now you're stressed out because you can't gather, when last year and the year before and the year before that, you were stressed out because you had to gather.
Okay, well, it goes from one extreme to the other then.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. We're stressing out for the polar opposite of what we stressed out before. So relax, take it in stride.
Well, one of the things that I'm looking at is the fact that I made a plane trip up here, hanging out with mom. Well, as we mentioned before, hanging out with mom is not the most exciting thing in the world. Love her to death, but I can only take so much of Gunsmoke. And yesterday was Andy Griffith. It was a whole marathon on Andy Griffith. Yeah, exactly. So that, I mean, I'm not a stressful person, but sometimes you just got to get away and let yourself go, and you take a deep breath, if you will. And that's one of the other things too, is when you're talking about relaxing, sometimes you just need that quick sensation of relaxing, which is what's everybody always tell you, breathe. An instantaneous version of relaxing until you can actually find yourself. And then there's people like you that do those other things like Om, right? Don't you do yoga or something?
I do yoga, I do meditation, yes. Because I
Yeah,
believe in shutting off my brain. But look at me. You've met me. People see me on Facebook or whatever, social media. I usually run at Mach 4. So when I shut down, I must shut my brain off or I'll start planning something for 20 years from now. So that's why I do meditation and yoga, because it forces me to focus on inside. And I truly, when I'm off, I'm off. But when I'm on, I'm on.
Right. Well, many years ago when I was in high school and stuff, I was a big runner. I loved to run, and that's where I got out and I did my thing on my own. That's where I was alone in my own head, and I went out and sweated it off, or whatever the case may be, or got mad and upset at home and decided to go run a couple miles.
Mm-hmm.
That was back then. Now it's a whole other story. I'm not going for a couple mile run. Might think about it. They say if you think about it, it's the same thing, right?
Actually, I have a meditation. It's a walking meditation, and you can walk and you actually feel your heart rate go up and everything. It's all in your head. It's really cool. I should share that with you sometime.
It's really neat. Well, I was actually listening to it here just recently about many years ago when I was like in the 7th grade, maybe something like that. They taught us to type through visualization. So what you did is you looked at the keyboard, then you closed your eyes and you pictured yourself moving your fingers. Well, that's been done with athletes. It's been done with many things. Run the race in your head before you actually come to the end or actually physically do it. And then your brain says, oh, this is no big deal. But
it's muscle memory.
What's that?
It's muscle memory.
Right. But your brain turns into that thing into that muscle memory. So you can actually do things just by sitting still, but still climb Mount Everest, if you will, in your head. If you can picture every little rock that you're climbing.
Well, when you're in that much of a mode, you don't remember every rock anyways. And so like people say, how do you practice your speeches? I go inside of my head. I close my eyes. I walk the stage. I do it all. Right. So when I'm on the stage, I've been there, done that already.
Right. I do the same thing when we always set up events. I'll set everything up and then I'll close my eyes in the venue and do a walkthrough of what would it be like if I was the customer, if I was the visitor coming in to look at the venue to sit through whatever's going on stage. And I run it all the way through from the check-in table to finding the seat to sitting and waiting on the presentation to doing the somebody doing the presentation. I run through all of that, and I do it for a couple of different reasons. One is just like we were talking about, that mental run through, if you will, to make things better. But the other side of it is, okay, what am I missing? Oh, we need pens on the check-in table. We didn't put our pens out,
What did I forget?
Yeah, exactly. But we're talking about relaxing, but that's getting into your head and that's doing things on the outside. But relaxing, it doesn't always have to be a vacation, because I can guarantee you I'm not on a vacation right now.
No, you're working.
Yeah. I'm
well,
working.
for those of you, wait, what I've got to say, for those of you who are out there watching, if you're making any comments, I apologize. If you're not on StreamYard, I cannot see your comments. So, hello. We'll respond afterwards. And yeah, I just realized I'm not seeing any comments, but I know our clientele who watches us tend to comment, and they're not. So don't know why I'm not seeing it. Yeah, it's weird.
That's all right. Well, they'll get us. They'll find us.
Okay, so relaxing. For those of you out there, what do you do to relax? Do you take a walk? Do you swim a couple of laps? Or do you just close your eyes and sit on your couch and turn off the TV and just be? Whatever it is, we all need to find our way to relax and to find our happy place in our minds, because these holidays are different from any holiday we've all experienced, any of us have ever experienced. And in order to be able to make it through what is normally very stressful. Hi, John. Yes, I can see John's comment. So yay, we got one. Yay, John. Thank you. So the thing is you need to find that happy place, because when times were stressful before with the crowds and the rushing, this year you're not going to have it. And I can assure you, your brain is used to being rushed and having the excitement of the holidays. You will find stress in the anti-version of our normal holiday season. So find time to find you.
I don't get to go to Black Friday events.
It's all online.
But that's not the same. I remember. it's always more
Mr. I want it now.
Push away the other customers at those big box stores. I need that $200 TV that's 72 inches high or whatever. So, but a lot of us are excuse me. A lot of us are sitting at home right now. I'm not particularly, but there's a lot of people out there that the families did visit, even though if it's it's against COVID or whatever, families did visit. So sitting there right now on Friday afternoon, waiting on, what's Uncle John's next comment? When's that football game or whatever going to happen? And it can be very stressful when you have visitors in your house, whether they're from out of town or if they're just normal. But, we don't get into the same routines with our families as we do on a daily basis. Thanksgiving is just so much different. And then, of course, sitting around the house on a Friday because, Uncle Johnny and Aunt Mary are in from out of town. Now you're sitting there going, when are they going to leave? Oh. Really? When are they going to leave? And in some people's cases, I really need that cigarette or that drink, but I won't want to drink in front of mom.
Well, I have the polar opposite. My family I have a very large family, and we used to gather in the Philippines, in the Philippines too, but in Georgia by the hundreds. And so yesterday, to cook for only 3 people was the most surreal thing in my life.
Oh,
and
weird.
It was so weird, and I was stressed out by it. And my husband's like, "What's wrong?" I'm stressing out because I don't have to stress out. And he goes, "What?" Normally I'm cooking at, first thing in the morning, and I'm doing all this. Well, for 3 people, it was like a normal dinner meal with a turkey. So remember what you start stressing out for, put it in perspective and realize it's all in here. You can change what you're stressed about. So when you're stressing out about something, realize, Uncle Johnny and Aunt Mary, I'm stressing out because they're sitting in the hall in the living room and they're watching Gunsmoke again. Or you can say, I'm grateful that they could be here with us and that they're all safe and that we're all safe.
Right. So
I think we should shift it.
I think we should talk about business and relaxing into business right after our commercial.
Thank you for watching Denim and Pearls and listening to Denim and Pearls. This is Michelle Moross, and that is Brian Swanson Skyping in or Zooming in from Indiana. I like to say Gary, Indiana, but he's not in Gary. He is just in Indiana. And we want to say thank you so much for technology that we can still do our podcast while this man is traveling around and taking care of his mother. So please like, subscribe, and follow our YouTube channel, Denim and Pearls. You'll have to search for us because it is a URL number. We need you to like it so that we can raise our numbers so we can change our name on YouTube to Denim and Pearls. Please like our Facebook page, and whenever you see us live, share. And if you are looking to be a sponsor or be featured and have your logo scrolling across the bottom of our podcast, please reach out to Brian and I, or just go straight to the Denim and Pearls page and do it there. Thank you for listening to Denim and Pearls.
Good job. Now that we came back. Oh, look at you. You even got the technology going down.
Oh, wrong one.
Oh, there you go. That's even better.
So the importance of taking personal time. And the reason we were talking about relaxing and with business, first we talked about personal. Now we're talking about relaxing with your business.
Right.
Brian, do you want to take that lead?
Well, I asked that question because I was going to ask you a question. I mean, when it comes to business, it's not necessarily an easy thing to do when you're relaxing or to relax or find a time to relax. So I was going to ask you, how do we find that time? Do we do that on our personal time? Do we do that when, things are in total turmoil? And what's the benefit of relaxing? I mean, I don't want to relax while I'm working my business. I've got to keep my business going. Why would I want to relax? See all those questions?
Yeah, that's a lot of questions. Well, here's my thing. I'm a believer in time blocking. So you are basically in time blocking, you are assigning time in your day for everything, from me and my meditation and yoga in the morning and my exercise to when I'm going to turn off my phone, turn off everything electronic, and just do what I want to do. Sit there or stare at the mountain if I wanted to. But I actually have time in my day that I block off. Matter of fact, the time that I met you at was during those time blocks where I have 3 hours where I don't have anything in the middle of the day.
Oh, so I'm glad you could fit me in.
I would fit you in. But why do I have some crazy 3-hour time period? Because throughout my life, I realized I'm very productive in the morning and I'm very productive late at night. But there's a time period between noon and 3 o'clock. I'm not really productive. I get distracted easily. I can't write because I'll start wandering around. So I take that 3-hour time period and I don't work. I go talk to you, or I go hang out, outside. I just go do something that doesn't require me to be at a high functioning brain level, like writing or doing videos or anything like that. So block your time, find a time period in your day that you're not productive. It's usually when you stare at your computer and you just do this, or you're scrolling through videos and you're watching cats, sleeping in boxes. Those are the times where you don't do things with your business. So block it off and say, this is me time. This is time where I'm not going to look at a computer. This is when I'm not going to look at my phone. I'm just going to do whatever I want. I'm going to go sit and have a cup of coffee, or in your case, a cigarette or something. You know what I mean? Take that time of when.
You're not supposed to let those secrets out. Come on now.
Oh, okay. So take that time to not do anything for your business. Why do I say that? Because when you work that hard on your business, and let's say that 3-hour time period I say I'm useless on, I keep pushing through my work, I can assure you I will redo everything I do during that 3 hours because it won't be to par. So the best way to work in those time schedules is take the time off in your day to replenish your brain and your body, move around, hop around, go walk, do whatever you need to do to get the blood circulating in you again. And then when you come back, you'll be more productive. It's like that whole rubber band theory. You can pull yourself back. That energy is still storing. When you come back, it'll shoot you forward. Take time for you because it's important to refuel.
That's it. If you look back, and I remember back in the day, and I don't know how long ago it was, but the Japanese culture, the working culture, decided that they need to do calisthenics in the middle of the day or first thing in the morning, they had times blocked out specifically for their workers so that they got in the big yard there and they did their calisthenics and stuff just to get the blood moving, to get the brain moving. I don't think we've ever picked that up here. I know that some of our larger tech companies started off with this thing. Well, as long as you're working, you can go over here and use the swimming pool, or you can go over here and play ping pong or whatever. They had those opportunities within the facilities that people were working just to relax their brains or relax their minds, get the blood pumping, just to do something. Now, I would have probably spent too much time on the ping pong table and lost my job, but that was part of the concept of just having the employees work so that they're in a better space in their heads. So, I mean, there's so many different ways that we can do it. So, but we know productivity is important, and we know productivity with employees is important. We know our own productivity. See, there's two different ways to say that word: productivity. It's all the same. You can do different things that way, but it's that's always important. But what else do you think might be of an importance just to chill out? Okay, because we're talking about productivity, but what else? Oh, I'm testing you today.
You are.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of if you get a chance to relax your brain, that's also going to relax your mouth. So if you're in space and you're doing things that need to be done, your employees aren't going to listen to you be grumpy and mean and those kind of things. So it clears your own head so that it doesn't come out your mouth.
And that's another song, Free Your Mind and the Rest will follow. I mean,
exactly.
Really, it's let yourself relax so that the rest of you relaxes. Why do you think people exercise? Do they exercise just because it's for their body? No. When you move your body,
I thought that's what it was.
It calms your mind. It calms your mind. When you move your body, it calms your mind. And so for those of you who are feeling high stress and you don't know what to do, you know how your body tenses up like this when you're ticked off or just stressed out? It locks up. So what you do is you move, you walk, you lift weights, you do whatever you do, because it forces the muscles to untense. And when that untenses, it comes off your neck and your brain relaxes.
I didn't know
you
was
know
a
that,
doc.
did you? It works. Oh,
that's what that master's degree you got does.
I do want to share something, because for those of you, if you haven't noticed, Brian, can you take your left hand and point straight up to the logo? Your other hand. Yeah, straight up. Little to the left. There. There it is. Did you see the new logo? I'd like to thank our cartoonist friend and watcher, John Mortensen, because he did that new logo for us. He's like, hey, I drew you guys. And I'm like, oh my God, it's so cute. So thank you, John. You rock.
It actually looks like us.
I think it does.
Like us.
He's even got my shoulder blades.
He even got your pearl earrings on, didn't he?
He does. He has my pearl earrings in there.
Nice.
Isn't that cool? Yeah, John rocks. I just had to say that. Sorry. Just in case no one else noticed it.
Yeah, I think everybody noticed it. That's why we have all these. That's why we have all these messages over here saying, "Great logo."
I said, thank you, John. Thank you, John. But yeah, so what are you doing in your world, in your business world, in your private, in your personal world to relax? Because relaxing, pulling back a little bit is what will make you become more productive. And I can say this out of personal experience. When I had my brain injury, I was going 110 miles an hour. And when I had my brain injury, I was so upset that I couldn't do things. And what was crazy about it is the things I thought only I could do, other people started doing. And then when I came back, I was more productive in the less items I had on my plate than I was when I had 20 things on my plate. So sometimes relaxing and stepping back and reevaluating what you're doing and why you're doing them is the best thing you can do for your business, especially when you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur, and sometimes you got to step back and look at the bigger picture.
Well, I want to curb off a little different direction here because you brought up the fact that when you left, things still got done. And on that topic, without going too far deep into it, um, I never really realized that because I'm one of these ones that if you want it done, I'm the one to do it. If I want it done right, I'm the one to do it. And that's not always the best thing to do when it comes to entrepreneurship, for sure. But where I got my proof in that pudding, if you will, was when I was in the military. I would go from, I went from Minot, North Dakota to another shop. Well, when I'm sitting in the shop, I'm looking at drawings, I'm looking at things that other people have done. I'm like, why did the idiot do this? Why did the idiot do that? What is going on with this? Then I realized that when I leave, somebody else is going, why did the idiot do this? Why did the idiot do that? Or or you could go the other side of it too, was what a great idea. We're going to continue that idea. So you're not only the only one can do it, you're not the only one with an idea that may or may not, may be different. There's different ways to do things, and that's where originality and creativity come in, and that's where a business partner can come in. There's lots of stuff there. It's not always just about us like we think it is. So one of those things, as far as being an entrepreneur, sometimes you got to get rid of the hats. Those hats are the accounting. Get rid of the accounting. Somebody else can do that. Okay. Get rid of taking care of payroll. If you can get rid of that, you get rid of that task of making that happen.
Or building your website.
What's that?
Or building your website.
Or building a website, whatever it is. I mean, there's so many tasks out there that other people, they specialize in it. No, sometimes it's going to cost you money, and your business has got to be where it needs to go before you can do those kind of things. But just remember, it's not always you that has to do it. And to me, that's a hard thing to do. It really is, because I look at stuff. I'll use a perfect example. Galaxy Fest. When we were doing Galaxy Fest, and I always did the sound for the stage.
Well, what is Galaxy Fest for those who don't know what Galaxy Fest is?
Galaxy Fest was a 3-day pop culture convention with stage shows and many different things and that happened within the pop culture world. But the sound on the stage was always my baby, and nobody else could do it. In fact, I even hired a guy one time that came in and did not do what I would have done, and things all went haywire. Well, I was very paranoid about giving that job up, and finally, I think it was the next year, because everything on Galaxy Fest was a year apart. So the next year, I had another guy that came in and volunteered to help me. Well, he was smart, because he didn't come in and say, let me take over. He come in and said, let me help you. Well, he ended up being more of an asset than I ever dreamed of. And guess who ended up doing it all the next year? He did, because I could now trust him to go in and take that hat off of me, and I didn't have to worry about it. Let me tell you what, it was a big weight lifted off of my shoulders, just because I didn't have to be there to make sure things were going the way they were, and I had somebody that I could trust to do them. So that's really not about relaxing. We went off course on that. But still,
no, that's relaxing. Remember, I said relax has two definitions. One is being less tense or anxious. The other one is making a rule less strict. Your rule was, I do the stage. You relaxed a little bit by allowing someone else to help you.
Right.
It works.
It did. It really did. And I rely on him for other things nowadays too, because I can trust his judgment and to do things the way that they needed to be done. Whereas the guy before, I thought I could trust his judgment, and yeah, I was. It was more stress than me just doing it.
So let's get back to business. For those of you watching the live stream or listening, what in your business can you relax a little bit on? What is in your business that stresses you out and you say, it has to be done on Wednesday and there's nothing else and only I can do it? Can you? Does it have to be? Reassess those kind of things, because anything that brings you stress is actually more detrimental to your business than beneficial to your business. So if it's stressing you out, you need to find a way to make it less stressful, or spread it across a longer period of time in shorter bits. So think about what you can do to make your life a little easier.
Nice.
You're
You
welcome.
going to give us another commercial, or shall I do it?
You do it because my mic is doing some weird feedback thing.
That is odd.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not getting it on this end, but anyhow, for those of you joining us or who joined us earlier, welcome to and welcome back to Denim and Pearls, where we are business casual from the front porch, or with pearls of wisdom from the front porch. Do us all a favor and like, share on our feed book. Wow, I cannot do this like you can. Like and share on our Facebook page, and go over to our YouTube page and make sure that you subscribe there, and you can get all of our nice little live videos on Fridays at noon Mountain Standard Time. So if you're like where I am now in Indiana, it's 2 hours ahead at 2 o'clock. So, but there's lots of things. Like and share. And if you would like to be a sponsor and maybe get your name down at the bottom where it's scrolling across the live feed video, please hit us up over on Messenger or what have you, or even send us an email, all those other fun things. So, you found the YouTube channel. We must not have Nicholas today.
No, we don't.
I wonder where Nicholas is.
I don't know. Our producer's not here. We can go hog wild.
Yay! Cats away.
Well, thank you for watching Denim and Pearls. My name is Michelle Moroz.
And I'm Brian Swanson.
And we are business casual with pearls of wisdom from Not the Porch.
From Not the Porch. With this relaxed atmosphere, it's always from the porch.
Always from the porch. Conversation from the porch. It's always so full of wisdom, but so much insight and just a lot of fun, where we can, let our hair down, even though we have short hair. And you can join our conversation whenever you want to. Just come in and start making comments, and we answer straight off. So relax. The importance of personal time in order to make yourself become more productive with your time by learning to pull back and breathe.
Okay, so I was curious, now that we're out of the commercial kind of concept, we've talked about a lot of different things that you can do, such as yoga. I always forget that word, but things as yoga or going for a run. But give us some more ideas in our next few minutes here. What else can we do? What else is there a possibility that we can do to relax? Because we already know that it increases productivity. It increases our artistic abilities, if you will. It just clears our mind, and it makes us nicer too to our employees if we have employees.
And our families.
What can we do? Huh?
And our families. Yeah. So, I mean, it can be something as simple as I got a lot of adult coloring books.
Mm-hmm.
There's
such a thing.
Yeah. If I could find one real quick, I'd show you. But I have adult coloring.
So it's not adult.
Oh, no. They're like kaleidoscopy things. They're very intricate, small drawings that you can color. And
something besides Scooby-Doo.
Sure. It's like I do an ocean one. Mine is nothing but sea creatures, and they're tiny, and it's an entire, ocean scene or something like that. But it's anything to stop your brain from calculating what it was doing. So you activate the other side of your brain. So it could be drawing, it could be doodling, it could be staring out the window and looking at birds. I mean, it could be anything that makes you not do what you were doing. Right. It could be baking. Like I was telling you the other day, I started baking cookies, and I was baking and realized I was eating all the cookie dough and went, and I'm stopping. So you've got to think about what can help you relax. With me, it's drawing, it's coloring, and it's baking and exercising. It's 20 degrees outside, so I baked.
Say that again.
I said it was 20 degrees outside because I like to exercise. So it was 20 degrees. So I came inside and I baked instead.
Okay, that'll work. I'm all for the cookies. I wouldn't have thought about the outside part, but I'm all for the cookies. Well, some people like chocolate. There you go. There's a relaxing, can be. Depends on if it's yeah. But,
whatever brings you pleasure is really what you could do. Whatever just turns your brain off. So do it.
Well, one of the things that I do is I like games on social media, slot machines on social media. So I'll sit there and just push the button just push and push and push. And then I don't spend any money, which is where you got to have self-discipline in. I don't buy all these points and things that you can do, but they're just slot machines that I do for free. And then I rotate through a few of them. And that's enough to take my brain off of things. I mean, I used to play poker, free poker down at the local, alcohol establishment, and just kind of hang out at the bar and play poker, but not drink. But that was something that took my mind off of business. It took my mind off of what was going on at home. It took me off everything. So rather than running, I played cards. It just something.
My husband does crossword puzzles and Sudoku.
Well, he also built the Millennium Falcon.
Yes, he did.
I mean, that what is it, 10,000 pieces or something like that?
Pretty much.
Yeah, 10,000 pieces and $10,000 worth of puzzle, whatever it is to build the Millennium Falcon these days. But yeah, I mean, you just get into your own world. And I actually see Michael doing puzzles every once in a while that are just sitting right there on the table in the middle of the day. He'll just walk over and start adding some pieces. To me, that's stressful because I have to sit down and focus on it to actually do it. He just kind of comes along, digs through the bowl that he's got the pieces in, plops down a couple pieces, and then takes off. That's not me. Running's not me. But, sometimes, I hate to use vices, but, some people like cigars. But when they have a cigar, they like to sit out on the porch and just chill and relax. I can't do that because I can't sit that long. I can relax to a certain degree, but not too many degrees.
So that's it. It's just whatever works for you. Find it. Find whatever makes you happy and detach you from whatever you're doing so that you can basically give that side of your brain that works a break.
Right.
Whatever turns off, go do that, and then come back, and that other side of your brain that you use for work is re-energized.
Right. You get more productivity out of it. You get nicerness out of it. But what if you're not a solo entrepreneur? Just more productivity? It doesn't matter whether or not you're got employed. I mean, you don't have to be mean. You can be mean to your pillow.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, what we're talking about is not just for entrepreneurs. It's for anyone who even has a job. When you're more productive. Schedule in your calendar the high stressors in your high productivity time, and then put the task like filing or whatever it is doesn't take so much brain space in the time periods that you're not so productive, like right after lunch, that kind of stuff. So think about what you do and why you do it, and prioritize your day, your week, your month by when you are the most productive. I know I don't tend to be a procrastinator, but when I'm writing, it takes me forever. Why? Because I keep changing my mind. So instead of me writing all through the month and keep changing it every 2 days, I wait till the last week right before the deadline. And then I finish it like that. It's perfect.
NaNoWriMo is not good for you. I said, so NaNoWriMo is not good for you. I presume you know NaNoWriMo.
Yeah, I've been invited to it, and I'm like, it doesn't work for me like that.
Where you write, what is it, 500 words a day or something?
Yeah, I'm a sit down, finish the book in a couple of days kind of person. So to straggle it out will cause me to change the story every time I sit down.
So is that all I need to write my book is a couple days?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That makes me look more forward to it. But I have a lot of stories to tell.
Then write them all down.
I may need 800 or 912 pages to do it. I don't know.
No, because no one's going to read it.
Oh.
War and Peace is not. Remember, things like War and Peace, those kind of big books, Gone with the Wind, whatever, they didn't become famous until after the authors died. Okay.
Well, I think
people did not read that. They're not going to read that. If you're a new author, keep it small, keep it short, get to your point. You can expand on it later. But we digress.
Slightly.
I'm so glad we had this time together.
There's a song there.
I know. We've been on for 40 minutes now, so I'm thinking we should probably wrap it up.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Wrap it up, I'll take it.
So summarize it all up. We'll summarize first. So if we take everything we talked about today, find a time to relax. Find a time to find for your, to be for yourself. Sometimes it's to write. What do they call those things that you write out? Your not your goals, affirmations.
Journal? Affirmation.
Affirmations. You find a time. Maybe it's your affirmations that'll help you out or give you the time to do it. Find your time to do something that's for you alone so that you can clear your mind, whether it's running or writing or whatever it is. It's going to be good for you, and it's going to be good for your employees too, or your boss. Yeah. Don't want to piss off your boss too much.
Everyone involved. Learn to relax, because relaxing, there's two definitions. Remember, relaxing is to become less tense, less anxious, right? And then the other one is to relax the rule. So let go, make the rule less stressed. No, less strict. Yeah, less strict. So to become less tense or anxious and to have a rule become less strict. Those are two ways of relaxing, and you can implement that in your life, personal and business. And you will become more productive by learning to relax. So this holiday season, when you're stressing out about not being able to gather in large groups or go to 15,000 parties, remember that last year you complained about it. And remember that this too shall pass, and that we have ways, and we are very thankful to have technology that we can still gather from afar. And actually, we can gather from across the oceans. So relax, don't stress out too much, because life is stressful enough. No need to add to our stressors. Learn to relax, find your way, find your path, and be the best version of you, unapologetically.
Yay! Thanks for joining Denim and Pearl.
Okay, thanks for joining Denim and Pearls. We'd love for you to please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will put it right there in the bottom ticker there. What'd you do to your glasses?
I don't know. I had them. Where did they go?
You had them on your head. Well,
Here
anyways.
Here we go.
Thank you for liking Denim and Pearls. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and to our Facebook page. It's right down there. And also the link is in our thread. Have a wonderful day, everyone. And until next week, peace.